Hello guys and welcome back to the episode 2 of Making My Wingman. If you missed yesterday all we did was the armature and the main core of the body, and today we're going to be making the clothing. I don't think we'll be getting around to doing the wings today, but we'll definitely be doing the clothing for this core. So we got some comments coming in already. Hi there from Alexandria Roblox. Hi. And Meme Project. Hi. Welcome back to the stream. And also Abigail Jackson. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm just explaining what we did last time. Thank you for that like as well. But yeah, what we did last time. If you missed me making this one here, that one is still available. We've done from the core to the clothing to the wings, and then we painted the whole thing. I made a little extra little bit and stuff like that for that one. But I got so inspired that I have, as you know, when I play Minecraft and many other games on my Mixer channel, I always generally play with my son, who is called on the channel. He's called mourningskate, and this is who this is, and that is Blute or Blute Angel. This here is mourningskate, and he did ask me to put a tech deck in like a sitting form, so we could have a tech deck like holding, so as if he's like doing. I'm gonna give me a second to move that camera down so he can sort of be standing. Hopefully you can see what I've done there. Whoops. So I put the foot and the thing and molded all of that yesterday, but I had to change the skateboard because I'll show you why I had to change the skateboard. I put the skateboard in not knowing that it was going to warp or deform, and yeah, that happened to the other skateboard. It got a little bit warped and deformed. That's why I've got like so many of those in my house that I just like. I've got to get rid of them. I've got to use them for something. So I may be making some more skateboard type creations. Let me know if you do like that. If you want me to make some more sort of skateboarding type people. This one is going to have some wings, but that one's that one. It's available if you want to buy it. But no, we don't need that one anymore. So I've got myself a second skateboard. He's using the wheels as an actual stand. So if I was to take that away, it would just fall over. So yeah, that's using as the stand, and that's sort of, if you've ever had a skateboard, you kick your foot at the bottom and you grab it with the top, and that's sort of maybe a trick or something like that. But that's where we got to yesterday. Where we use this for the actual shape and the form, so I could actually get the right sort of shape and everything like that. It's a moldable, formable Spider-Man. Not available. This is just my toy and something I like to use occasionally. But yeah, if we're talking about Spider-Man, if you want to see Spider-Man, get over there. I'm actually recording on the PS4 as well, so if this isn't the best quality, because I know this camera is a bit jitty and a bit so if you get bits like that, don't worry about it, because this will be available on the recorded PS4. I'm going to remove that so it's not flashing in your face. But yeah, I am recording on the PS4, so hello on the PS4 there. And I'll be doing a load more polymerclay, because I've got all this polymerclay to use. So let me know in the comment section, if you're watching back or if you're watching live now, what you want me to do. If you have a picture that you want me to redraw, I will redraw that and then make it out of polymerclay. And I'm going to be making this one, drawing this one, and I'm going to be going in VR. If you haven't seen me do anything in VR yet, I use a program called Cool Paint. It's not the best, but it is on the PS4. So I go in PS4, play around with that, and then I'll make a VR version of mourningskate along with the Blue Angel here. But first, we've got to carry on make some clothes for this one. That's probably all I'll be doing today, is making the clothing for this one. And then tomorrow I'll be making wings. I won't make one wing off screen. I'll make both wings on screen this time, because I kind of know how to make wings now. I'm making on this one. If you want to make your own wings, when you want to make your own sort of wing and your own sort of thing, then yeah, go and check out how to make feathers and wings for that one. But there's lots of comments coming in, so let's read those quickly. What are you saying now? You're welcome. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for those likes there, buddy. Guys. And I have... Can you have mod? No, you can't have mod, buddy, because I've already got a moderator. That is Abigail Jackson there in the comments. Meme Project says, hi, I'm playing Minecraft. Oh, you're playing Minecraft? Nice one. And I have, no, again, for the mod. That's cool, meme console or PC. Oh, right, yeah, asking, okay. Abigail's asking about where you're playing it. Cool. I play on the Xbox and then I stream to Mixer, but unfortunately Mixer is going to be shutting down soon. So I don't know what to do about my stuff for that. So yeah, I'm thinking of going to Twitch, but I don't know about that yet. But yeah, we're going to make some clothes today. I am also going to be listening to a playlist in the background called from Comic Storian. When I'm doing the boring parts and I don't talk, that's when you'll get that. So keep tuned for that. All about that. It's the Super Sons or the what we got? What did I actually say? What did I pick today? Yeah, we've got some comic books in the background. If you haven't heard them before, they come from Comic Storian. And yeah, the Super Sons for Damian, for Batman's son, and Superman's son. If you haven't heard about them, you'll be finding out about them very, very soon. But yeah, I'm going to be doing this and getting on with this and getting this thing and listening to you, checking out your comments. You can keep comments coming in as much as possible. I haven't got my knife, so I'm going to go and get my knife quickly. Give it a clean because I used it yesterday for cooking. Probably actually it might leave me up. But yeah, there we go. I'll just quickly make everything good. But yeah, we got if you're young and you use knives and you cut yourself, it's your fault. I've told you not to use knives unless you've got an adult to help you. Because I don't want you cutting yourself. Please don't do that. All right, let's move that clay because we don't need all of that clay. This clay came from Amazon, and the clay I'm using right now is Fimo, one of the cheapest, but the softest you can use. I use Fimo Soft altogether to start with because it is the best stuff the best things that I've found to actually use for polymer clay. Don't know why I cut a load off because it's got a load here already, but we always need an extra. What we need to do first is warm the clay up because it is Fimo Soft. We do not need to put it through a what is it called? We don't need to put it through like a what's it called? Pasta maker. You must have seen the people who've used polymer clay before. They pass it through a like a clay softener, and you don't need to put oil or anything with this. It's already pre-ready. It's one of the best to use. But the only problem is when it's a warm room, this does get really soft. It's not too warm here today, which is good, which means I'm going to have less hassle with it, which is really good. It means I can get some clothing on here. I have asked Mourningskate what he wanted it to be wearing, and he said like a hoodie with an open hoodie and some jeans or ripped sort of jean type thing. So that'd be interesting to do because I'll be doing some texturing as well. It's for the jeans and things. Excuse the sound outside. That's somebody starting their car up. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Like a hoodie type. I haven't put any hands on him yet. Let's give you a quick zoom in on what it actually looks like. I haven't put any hands on him yet because I want to kind of make them separately. I did the feet because they're just obviously just the stands. But if you missed anything and you want to check out how I made this part, it's available on the channel, and it will be available in a recorded version, so you can see. You'll have close-ups, you'll have a little bit of music in the background, stuff like that. I do apologize if some of the music in some of the recording are crap. I'm still working on that, and I will eventually get around that problem that I have. What are we saying there, Abigail? Abigail's saying, I hope Batman and Superman don't have a son together. I think that's kind of impossible, but okay. And Germany, yeah, you use a lot of Fimo as well in Germany. Awesome. Awesome. The good stuff. Just warming it up, getting it ready. Just basically make a sausage with it. Roll it out and repeat it until you feel it's soft enough for your hands. So you basically can just go pull it apart, and it's all good. I think that's soft enough for me. So I've got to make some clothing. I've got to flatten it all out. So while I flatten it out, guys, you can listen to the Super Sons in the background. Comic story, and give you a explanation of what's going on in their story.
Allowing you to listen to the storyline while getting on with your busy day. Today we're going to be doing another.
Let me know if you can hear that okay in the background, because if you don't, I'll turn it up for you.
Full story is us grabbing some of our older videos, which had to come out over the span of multiple months or multiple years sometimes, and we combine them into a longer video. Today we're going to do a fan favorite, the Super Sons storyline. We're going to combine all the videos you made on the original Super Sons run, the 12-issue span, and we're going to put it together for one big video so you guys can sit down and enjoy the best Super Sons storyline ever to have ever come out. Because Super Sons is amazing. I love that storyline. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy it. Please check it out, and I'll see you at the end. Now, things have been crazy for John. He discovered that he has some powers of his father and that he is now the new Superboy. But today is a normal day at school. He begins to walk outside of his school and he bumps into another girl walking in. He leans over apologizing and she smiles back, telling him her name is Maya. Kathy, John's neighbor and friend, asks Maya if she's a new student at their school. And Maya gets up walking away, telling her, I'm nobody, just running an errand for my little brother. Later, John. She walks away and reports the situation in her headset. John and Kathy ride home on her bicycle, but as they begin to pass a spooky swamp, John tells her to go on ahead, because he thinks this spooky swamp requires an investigation for Superboy. He walks in realizing how cold it really is, and then he sees a spooky owl, followed by a spooky snake. Both scare him so much that he loses control of his heat vision and he burns up the ground. And then he sees a spooky moose. Suddenly he's picked up off the ground and a blast of energy hits the ground, putting out the fire. He looks up to see what grabbed him and sees a giant bat-like creature. But if you've seen our Robin, Son of Batman videos, you'll know that this creature is actually Goliath, his pet. Riding on the back of Goliath is another of Robin's friends, Nobody, and she chastises him for blowing her cover. John begins to feel a sneeze going on, and he informs Nobody that he thinks he may be allergic to, but then he sneezes, and out comes frost breath. With Goliath partially frozen, John and Nobody begin to fall back down to the swamp with her mask being blown off, revealing that it's actually Maya, and she's in shock. Really? Freeze breath? Goliath breaks free, grabbing the kids before they hit the ground, but everyone falls unconscious. John wakes up, he finds a needle over his head, and he hears Maya tell Robin to chill. Robin leans into the immobile John to inform him, you're a threat to every living thing on and off this planet, from desecrating my father's moon cave, to torching the Hamilton's countryside, to slaughtering endangered hawks, and incinerating domestic felines. If you're curious about any of that, check out our previous 2 Superman videos. But at that moment, both boys hear a rather demanding voice, one of Batman. Robin, the Justice League computer was hacked from this location. By who? Nobody, father. And Nobody cloaks herself. Cloaking device don't fail me now. Enough. Release Superboy now, before! But it's too late as the wall is cracked open and Superman flies in furious. What have you done with my son? Superman, listen. I thought I told you people, John isn't a threat. He's just a boy. As Superman continues to tear through the base, John tries to call out to his dad. Dad, But Superman's eyes glow red. I need to have a word with your son, Wayne. Batman pulls out a kryptonite batarang. Robin, get behind me. John runs over. Dad, I'm okay, stop! But Superman and Batman get ready to fight it out. He can't hear his own son. Somebody should teach that son of yours some manners. Somebody should teach yours control. How dare you presume? And John sneezes on everyone, freezing the room over. Superman stops and apologizes to his son. He didn't know that he had learned a new power. And Robin begins to whine that Superboy ruined his computers. Batman turns to Superman, telling him, I missed a lot of Damian's first steps as well. They were worse. Less ice, more blood, father. Superman sits down with his son, telling him, we have a lot to go over. Like for starters, who is the shy ghost in the corner? Maya doesn't know what to do. You're not supposed to see me. Well, Batman begins to run some tests on Superboy to help Superman out. And once they finish, Alfred brings John a root beer. He then takes the boys, insisting Robin introduce John to his pets and show him the dinosaur in the cave. Batman informs Superman that through the analysis, he can tell that more powers are coming, so he advises keeping an eye on the boy. Superman asks him, do you think our fathers had this many questions about us when we were growing up? Yes, all good fathers do. Meanwhile, with the boys, Batman introduces John to Alfred, his cat, and then he warns him not to incinerate the cat. wouldn't want to make mommy cry again. So John punches him in the stomach. The boys go back and forth battling against each other again, and the animals even get involved as Alfred the cat covers John's face. Damian eventually whips out his kryptonite batarang, and he prepares to stab John with it, until Batman flings another batarang at him, knocking it loose. Both boys look at their fathers and realize, they made them mad. It's time for boot camp. The boys get dropped into a mission without their costumes, because they need to earn them back, piece by piece. Climbing to the top of a snowy mountain, Damian gets his boots and vest back, while John gets his sneakers and jacket, but without the zipper. John asks if boot camp is over, but Damian informs him, no, because it's not boot camp to them. It's a game. And Maya jumps both of the boys. She informs them that if they can work together to get past her, they'll find their badges inside. She starts knocking them around, and Damian insists on fighting her alone. So John blasts his heat vision at the mountain, which causes an avalanche. Maya quickly swoops down on a rock, catching both of them, and all of them land in the forest down below. Damian walks over and sticks his boot on her back, opening up her backpack and taking out his Robin badge along with a map. He then leaps onto the train that the map told him to leap onto and ditches everyone. Maya gets up and smiles at John, handing him his zipper so that he can close his jacket. And he takes off trying to catch the train that Damian ditched them all for. Damian pulls the letter out further and...
Okay, I've already put one arm on. As you... Ooh, no, maybe you can't see. There we go. I've put one arm on. I want to keep it like it's rolled, like a rolled up sort of shirt, the same as Blue Angel there. So that's what I've done here. What I do is I get the arms on and I stick, I smooth them down so they you won't see them, because I will be putting a jacket type thing on there as well. The more I put on there and more roll up, it gives more of a rolly texture, more of a sort of an actual clothing feeling to it, and that's what I'm going for, like a clothing or a jumper. I have to be kind of careful where I push and where I squish, because it starts to get a bit funky after a while. But yeah, going for rolled up sleeves. And I don't remember my son actually saying not to have rolled up sleeves. He did say just have an open jumper. So that's going to be interesting how I'm going to do that, because I have to do 2 parts. But yeah, there's an arm. You pop it around and then form it on. Because it's already got pre-clay on there, it molds in quite nicely. I bet it would anyway if it didn't. We need to put some short trousers on there as well and stuff like that. But let's focus on the jacket for now. I want to do an open jacket on there. Like I said, there isn't going to be much talking. There'll be more listening to that, and then I'll get heads up as I'm going around. Hopefully you can see what I've done there. The arms on. The hands, I'm not sure if I do the hands this time. I might do the hands when I do the wings, just so I can sort of almost finish it off. So I can then form the hands to be the right shape for when the wings go on, because when the wings go on, it's going to be quite heavy. I don't know how I'm going to get around that. So maybe I'll just do the hands then. But hands are a pain in the bum anyway to do. I'm going to get rid of that, go away. But yeah, we need to carry on with the clothing. So we'll carry on with the clothing. You can listen to more of the Super Sons.
He sees the words tag written on it. And that's when Goliath drops in, hitting Damian aside. The train car swings open and a motorcycle falls out onto the tracks as Goliath throws Damian off the train. Conveniently, John caught up to them and jumped into the sidecar just as Damian jumped on the bike and started to drive back to the train. John leaps out to get Goliath's attention by grabbing his ears. And then John and Goliath begin to spin out of control. So Damian crawls up the train until he finds a car with fish in it. He directs Goliath into it so that he can lock him in the train, and then John can join him. But that's when they see the end of the train tracks coming up. Damian and John have no idea what to do, so Damian calls out for Goliath to save them, except now Goliath is a little busy eating fish. So John throws a fish for Goliath to catch, just as Superman is swooping in to save the boys, just in case. Luckily, they didn't need him as they gained control of Goliath, and they flew off into the sky. Batman radios Superman telling him, John is pretty resourceful. Yes, but only on his own. We'll give them one more chance to work together. With them safely on Goliath's back, both boys sit down and wait for the ride back to Gotham. Damian says that he's kind of hungry, so John offers him half a granola bar. And Damian tells him that he'd rather starve than eat it. Then his stomach grumbles, so he accepts it and the boys go to bed. John asks him, do you think our fathers want us to become brothers in arms? Worse, friends. Do you think? Never. Yeah, right, never. As they get closer to Gotham, they find the last of their father's game. with a hurricane kicking up off the coast. Both the boys try to tell Goliath which way to go, which confuses him, and they get swept up into the winds and thrown down into a garbage barge. Superman hovers down, disappointed in the two of them, and he tells them that they can find their own ways back to the Batcave, where we'll be discussing what to do with their capes, since you didn't earn them back. But when they get back to the Batcave, they see a large mess, and various villains' DNA have been broken open, and what appears to be Clayface. Both boys get knocked back when they see their fathers captured. Superman tells Bruce that this is risky, but Bruce looks at him and tells him, "Look, it's working." The boys get up and begin to repeat the same line. "It is Alfred! It our dads! It's up to us to stop it together!" So together, they beat on it, blast it with heat vision, and work on a strategy that requires the two of them to be a team. As brothers in arms, members of a team, and as friends. Alfred then walks over and presents the boys with their capes and announces to their fathers, they are the Super Sons. As the Super family, the Duffys, sit at their home watching TV, Reggie asks his brother Archie if he can have some of his popcorn. Archie says no, he already finished his share, but as Reggie reaches and takes some anyway, Archie tells him sure, take the whole thing. Reggie says, man, I'm sure cold and uncomfortable. And both his mother and his sister Sarah get up to give him a blanket and a pillow. And after a few moments, Reggie gets up telling them, guys are the best. How about a group hug? With no one getting up right away, Reggie shouts, group hug! So everyone jumps up and huddles together. And he says, we're the closest family ever. Meanwhile, over in Hamilton County, little Jonathan Kent yawns as he walks to the bus stop in the snow. The bus pulls up and John sees an old man and he asks, where's our regular driver? And the old man says that Pat is sick, so he's filling in.
Oh, come on, Advert. Right in the middle of something? That's not fair.
They talk about the book report that they had the other night when John hears some of the other kids laughing as they pick on another student. John gets up and Kathy whispers, don't get involved. And he tells her, I cannot sit here and do nothing. John tells the bullies to just stop it, and the bullies ask, who are you supposed to be, Superman? And then they start shooting him with spitballs. But before John can do anything, the bus driver shouts for everyone to knock it off and return to their seats, which John quietly does. After school, John tells Kathy and the others that he has a plan. They're going to have a snowball fight to show those bullies. As soon as the first snowball is thrown, all of the kids join in helping each other, and the bullies decide that it's time to up their game. One of the bullies throws a snowball, hitting Alan in the head, but everyone sees that there was a rock in it, causing Alan to bleed. The other bullies start to make more snowballs with rocks, and John takes off his glasses to blast it, but then he sighs, putting his glasses back on. His father told him not to use his powers out in public. The bullies get ready to throw it again, and they notice a giant shadow forming over them. And a giant snowball falls out of the sky, crashing on them. John looks up to see the substitute bus driver. While all of the kids head back to the bus, John runs around the corner, and they see the bus driver is standing there, and he asks, what are you doing at my school? Damian Wayne pulls the mask off, stating, I was bored. Really, just wanted to see how the other half lives. John tells him, you don't have classes? And Damian tells him, no, I'm homeschooled. Remember this? As Damian holds up another mask, John asks, how can he fake being a substitute teacher? Later that night at the Kent household, John sits with Clark and Lois playing cards, telling them what happened today at school with Alan. Clark and Lois tell him that they're proud of him for standing up for what was right. But as they do, Lois says that, by the way, she has 3 aces, so she wins. Clark's communicator goes off, and John asks, how does she do that all the time? Clark answers the communicator and quickly changes, telling everyone there's a league thing. And he kisses everyone goodbye. He flies off, and Lois tells John that it's time for him to get to bed anyway. As John gets ready and starts to crawl into bed, he begins to hear a voice calling out, did you remember to floss, Johnny boy? John jumps up with his heat vision, and he asks Damian if he's crazy. He could have totally just blasted him. After almost getting caught by Lois, Damian jumps inside and tells him, look, since our fathers are out, I decided to let you join me in an investigation. John asks, is that so, huh? Damian goes on.
There's the jacket.
There's been an assorted amount of break-ins and hacking attempts over the electrical facilities. So what is your...
God, I don't want to drop it. Okay, there's an open jacket. I'm not sure what I should do. Maybe I'm going to give him like a shirt, like a t-shirt underneath, because I don't want to give him pecs and stuff like that. It's not something I want to start getting into. Well, that's cool, mate. Mean project, no problem. Come and go as you please, buddy. Well, I'll be here for about 15 minutes, so take your time. But yeah, there's the open jacket. Open jacket with his sleeves rolled up. Now I need like a hood type thing. maybe I don't feel like I need to do too much to the back because, and the reason being, he's going to have some wings. Oh, I forgot his tail as well. I have to give him a tail. Tail. Right, okay. So yeah, we've done the jacket. I need to do some trousers now. On the open part jacket. Hopefully you can see that on that camera as well. But I'll sit him, stand him, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to put too much on his back. Like I said, I don't need to. As long as I form the clay in together and keep it all fairly flush, you won't really notice it. Might put a little bit there. Maybe I'll put a little bit there just to show that it's actually a jacket. Maybe. Let's get a little bit of scrap here. Like sheep scrap. There we go, that'll do. Nice bit of scrappy. Cut that to shape. Put it there. Just to show it's a jacket and it's open. There ain't going to be needing much because again the wings are going to be on the back. It's already starting to get tricky to touch and where to touch things. So I will start doing the trousers now. There we go, that matches a bit better. So it matches the trousers. Again, no point doing the back completely, but trousers are needed. I could kind of technically get away with not putting too much on there. He's standing like that. And we're standing back up. Oh, we've got some comments coming in. What are you saying there? No problem. Me. I found a way to get the latest snapshot. Yeah, you can do that on the Xbox. You got to get Xbox inside a hub. Yeah. On Bedrock or Windows 10, whatever you want. Yeah, it's on either, isn't it? And hello, Wibbly, Wombly. How you doing, bud? Run by, whammy, whammy. That's what you wanted to be called, wasn't it? How you doing, whammy? On the stream, you've missed a little bit, but whatever you do miss, you can always watch back later. And if you can't watch it on the stream, you can watch it on the recorded version on the PS4. If you want to know what I'm listening to today, we've got the Super Sons from Batman and from Superman, and they're working as a team to earn their badges back. Oh, wobbly. Yeah. Just flattening this out again. We're going to make some trousers now. You haven't seen what we've done so far there, Wamby. I don't know what the hell to call you. But yeah, we've done that already. We've done jacket. My son, Mourningskate, who this is based on, or I'm basing the name on. He's going to have some wings as well as the Blue Angel here. If you've missed that one, that's available. Check out on the streams from last time. Okay, trousers. I'm going to give this a hood as well, but I'm going to give that a hood later. I want to get the jacket first because I know I'm going to be laying it down a lot, so I want to get as much of the main parts. I'm not sure if I'll do hands today. Try not to post links and stuff like that, bud, because they will not be posted, get constricted and things like that. Or if there's something sweary, or if there's something that's not meant to be there, please stop doing that, buddy, because that's not going to show up. All you'll do is you'll end up blocking yourself, not by me, but by actual yeah, I'll get hidden by the what's it called, YouTube algorithm. If you try and swear, or if you try and set anything like that because it's that kind of stream today. It won't let you put that up, buddy. Sorry about that. What were you trying to say? You can send it over to me onto Instagram or WhatsApp if you like. Let's get that in the background playing.
Name. John says John, and he says you should already know that. Damian says no, it's Superboy, which means forget about going to bed on time. Let's go get ready to be super. A short while later, over in Metropolis, Damian swings to the next building as John leaves. Damian tells him, "You still can't fly, can you?" As they both reach their target, Damian tells them, "There it is. Let's score. Let's hurry." The boys quickly hurry over and they begin scaling the building. Before they can get too high, a voice tells them it's horrible weather for breaking and entering. They both turn back, and Lex Luthor asks, "Is there something I can help you with?" And John nervously says, "Hi." The boys hang on the outside of the building, and John says, "Oh God, I'm going to be in so much trouble." Damian says, "No, this is perfect." Lex asks, "What are you doing here? It's a school night. Shouldn't you be in bed? I want you off of my building now." Damian tells us, "Sure." And then he grabs John's leg, pulling him off. As John falls, Damian yells out, "By the way, the kid can't fly!" Lex snaps the cable that Damian is on, and he tells him that he suggests holding on then because they're going for a ride. Damian quickly fires another hook while Lex rushes down to catch John. Before hitting the ground, Lex tells John that you have a great deal of explaining to do, so you better start by telling me who you are. John kicks back, knocking Lex away, telling him, "We're nobody, okay? Nobody!" As John drops to the ground, he takes off right into the alleyway, and Lex shouts for him to get back here. Lex flies by grabbing John, and John says, "Look, we're just a couple of stupid kids. This is all a prank, all right?" And Lex tells John, "If that's the case, why is your friend planting explosives in my lab?" And John asks him, "What are you talking about?" But before he can even finish, Lex rockets back into the lab, and they both see Damian planting explosives. Lex fires a blast, destroying the bomb, and he asks, "Was that really your plan? Because now is where you tell me why you're trying to blow up my lab." Damian smiles, telling him, "I'm giving you to the count of 5. And then the entire room starts to beep with many more explosives. Lex shouts, "Stop!" And Damian runs through, sliding between Lex's legs, and he tells John, "We're leaving." And the two escape back outside, where Damian throws John onto a rooftop, telling him that Lex should have figured out by now that those really weren't explosives. Once Damian lands, he begins tapping away on his tablet, and he tells John, "I had made a terrific distraction." John runs over, grabbing Damian, telling him, "You just need to leave me alone. I should have never let my father start that training with you." And John goes on, "You think you're such a super detective? Let's go on us instantly. You couldn't even make a halfway decent Batman." Damian holds up his tablet and he says, "It's downloading LexCorp's security logs." And then he yawns, "Oh, but you're right. I'm better." A little while later, after getting some snacks, Damian holds up the tablet, telling him, "I got it. Just watch it." And on the screen, an image of Reggie pops up, and it shows him working on an android. And after doing whatever it is to it, the feed cuts out. Damian then tosses the tablet, telling them, "It's going to take me a week or so to go through that data, but I will get to the bottom of whatever is going on." And John tells him, "You can do that, or you can just watch it in super speed." John holds back up the tablet, telling him that the kid broke in was seen in 4 places at the same time. Damian snaps back the tablet, telling him he's cloning himself. And John walks off, telling him, "You should just get your Teen Titan friends to help. You really don't have weeks to figure out who that kid is." Seconds later, Damian says the kid's name is Reggie. He may not have super eyes, not Batman's facial recognition database. So there's no going home yet. The two speed off on Damian's bike, and Damian explains that Reggie and his entire family were powered up by the Amazo virus. The Amazo virus was a synthetic plague created by Lex using the power-stealing android Amazo. Only 5% of the people affected with the virus were able to keep their powers, and in this case, the entire family did. Once the two sneak into a warehouse, John says they should probably call on their dads. Damian tells them, "No, we need to do this for ourselves." While Damian starts looking through some of the papers in the room, Damian mentions that there's an article that says the family disappeared after a fight with each other. John looks around and says, "Oh my God!" And he sees the dead family members. He shouts, "I'm calling my dad!" And Damian grabs him, telling him, "This isn't my case, so we're going to." But John smacks him into a window, telling him, "You're crazy! People are dead!" And he leaves out of the warehouse. Damian just stares at him leaving and tells him, "Fine, be a crybaby, leave. I got work to do." While Damian continues the investigation, he sees that there's someone missing and out in the woods. John finds that someone, and as they both continue their work, the images of their fathers appear behind them. Moments later, the two boys are fighting against their father's counterparts, and as they fight, they begin to notice that there's no way that this is their fathers. It has to be androids. John readies himself to blow up the Batman bot, and Damian's body comes crashing into him. He tells him, "Nice catch. I was thrown from the warehouse by a bucket of bolts dressed as the world's worst superhero." Damian then says, "I should have known that you didn't run off like a baby." John shouts, I wasn't scared! Plus, that rusty version of your dad is attacking me! The boys begin to argue in vigor again, shoving each other and wrestling to the ground. As the robots of Ben and Superman watch, they then hear John ask, now? And they both jump up out of the dust shouting, now! As they both play into the daddy bots, the bots grab them and begin to crush their heads, and another voice shouts, drop. John says, that's right! Forgot to mention I found a girl. Sarah stands up, pointing to the ground, and she says, I said drop. The bots release the boys, and then they fall to the ground. Damian tells Sarah that you better have some answers for me. And John tells her, just ignore the little guy. What's going on over here? Sarah tells him that there will be more. They need to get out of here. So John picks Sarah up and puts her on his back. And Damian leads the group back to his bike, stating, of course, we're going to trust the strange girl immediately. John asks her, how does she know what to do back there? And Sarah tells him that she can control the sheep. It was her gift from the Amazo virus. Damian goes on explaining that Amazo is an old enemy of the Justice League. It's an android programmed with the artificial versions of the League's various superpowers. Last year, Lex released a synthetic version of the programming as a human virus. Thousands were exposed and provided powers before the deadly side effect kicked in. Sarah says that out of the 3% that lived, her and her family survived. So they used their powers to help out with the town. And her brother Reggie, well, was never nice. He used his power and he multiplied himself, and it also split his mind. Around that time was when Reggie learned that there was an Amazo armor stored up at LexCorp, and after stealing it, he was able to split himself into these superpowered Amazo creatures. Each duplicate is able to mimic a superpower that they've been exposed to. And as the group goes on, the bots they fought begin to change and reconstruct themselves into the boys, and it begins to replicate them. Up ahead, the three reach the bike, and John says they need to call in the Justice League. And Damian tells them, no, we can do this. John tries to say that the Amazo virus is way stronger than them. And Damian pushes John back, telling him, stronger than you maybe, but I'm the world's greatest hero, and this girl needs my help. John says, whatever, I'm calling the League. And Damian uses his grappling hook to stop him, so John shouts, all right, Dork Knight, I'm calling your dad. Damian kicks John down, telling him, like hell you are, and the two go back to fighting at each other's throats. Sarah grabs her head, stating that she can feel him retaking control, but while the boys argue, there's an explosion next to them, and they look back at the wreckage to see that that was where the bike was. And Sarah is now standing there with red eyes, and John asks, what's happening? Sarah's voice begins to change, and Reggie tells them, you escaped my prison. This girl was able to get outside, but now I'm in control again. Sarah's voice changes back, and she shouts, it's my brother! He's been creating copies of the family and killing them over and over again. Reggie's voice comes back through, and he says, and now it's time to come home. And Sarah's body begins to melt. Just then, the Damian and John bots jump out. Damian says, all right, I'll admit it. Maybe in retrospect, we should have called in our fathers. John says, thanks, that's nice to hear. And Damian clarifies, maybe we should have. As John holds on to Sarah throws out her arms, now! And the bots begin to explode. She shouts for them to hurry and go find the real versions of them. She'll buy them some time. As the two begin to run, more bots begin to chase after them, and John says, so I saved a girl who was really a superpowered robot who was actually on the inside a real girl on the inside of that. And Damian tells him, those super senses are sure coming in handy, aren't they? Damian jumps, grabbing a tree, and he swings back, cutting off one of the John bots' heads. And John grabs him, telling him, we really don't have time for this. And Damian jumps on John's back, and they start to rewire some of the circuitry. And after a few moments, he says, I got it. And he tosses the head and tells John to stop. We're done running. It's time for Robin and Superboy to make a stand. As the two get to work fighting back, ripping the bots apart, they all start to gang up on them. Damian shouts, we just gotta hold out for it. And John tells him, hang on. And as he goes to help Damian, he too is pulled out of the massive bots. Later, Damian and John hang upside down, and Damian says that he has to ask, Superboy, do you have any powers? And John tells him, just shut up. As the two argue again, the voice then tells them, so much anger. I'm going to assume that you have to be family. Reggie floats out wearing the Amazo armor, telling them, family really sucks, right? And Damian shouts, we are not related. John tells him, we should have just let Mr. Luther handle this. It was his tech after all. And Reggie shouts, like hell it is. The Amazo virus is in my blood. The armor was stolen. The armor enhances my abilities, so I've never been alone. And I could be like how real families should be. As the bots begin to drag in the other Dumpy family members, Reggie goes on stating that all they wanted to do was use their powers for everyone but themselves. But now they're here, sedated and depowered, and I make them watch as I kill their copies over and over. However, the family's really starting to get on my nerves. It's time to make the dream a reality. Reggie leans down to Sarah, telling her that his little sister has always had a hard time following rules. Sarah leaves spitting on Reggie's mask, and Reggie continues telling her that I was going to be patient, strike the Justice League down when they were in disarray. But you have forced my hand, and once I absorb all of their powers, the Amazo family will be unstoppable. John tries to struggle out of the chain, shouting, we gotta do something. And Damian stops her, telling him, just wait, we're going to be fine. I can see the future. And in 3, 2, 1, Luther! Lex Luthor crashes into the building, shouting to Reggie, give me back my armor. John asks, how? And Damian says, I did it when I was tinkering with the bot's head. There's so much to teach you. Lex frees the boys, telling them that he assumes that they're the ones who brought him here. Damian says, Yeah, the guy that stole your armor plans to take over the world. Lex grabs two of the bots by their heads, crushing them, telling them, it won't be this world, I can assure you of that. Reggie runs by hitting Damian, and Damian shouts to Lex, Reggie's the target, so
thing about it. Did you know that Lex Luthor is actually a Superman hero now?
You are to command Superman. Reggie goes back in to attack again, but Damian grabs Reggie by the arm and flips him onto his back, telling him, I'm Robin, Batman's better half. The two quickly run over to the Duffies, and he grabs them and heads out. But after getting away from the hideout, Damian and John set the Duffies down, and Damian tells Sarah that she's the only one who can do this. Sarah says that she knows. She just needs there to be one target, not 100. John peeks over the rock, stating, looks like the coast is clear, and then a John bot pops up. He blows him away, telling him, I guess my super breath works. Sometimes, once the family is safe, Damian and John head back to the hideout, and Reggie asks if they really want to be playing. John asks him, are you going to make another army of you? And Damian scoffs, telling him, you really got to grow there. The liquid metal begins to form and take shape, and just as Reggie shouts it's over for them, he feels a sudden pain. He asks what's happening, and Damian shouts, the pain you're feeling is your flesh being ripped apart by your family. Sarah begins to pull at the machine and begins to rip the exoskeleton off of Reggie, severing the bond. The exoskeleton skitters towards John, and Lex stomps on it, telling them both, that's enough. I'm calling the authorities. He looks at Damian and John, and he tells them, as far as I'm concerned, you're both delinquents. So if you want to throw yourselves in my mercy, you have 3 minutes. Sarah looks at Reggie and says, you were never a nice brother, but you were never like this. Lex tells her it's because of the constant splitting of his mind, but with her cooperation, he should be able to get the entire family back on their feet. He can put her in a real position to be a heroic youth, unlike the two young boys who, and as he looks back, he sees Damian and John are gone. He quietly says, damn it. Off in the distance, Damian says that leaving was a wise decision, and John tells him just to shut up. A short while later, the plan of the Kent home, and Damian says, what about Gotham? And John shouts, find your own way home. So Damian says that his cycle was destroyed in the battle. You know, the one where we just saved the family. Whatever, I'll just call a new one. John shushes him, telling him, whatever, next time you need a partner, call someone else, because But before he can finish, a voice from John's window says, ahem. Inside, Lois shouts, you better start talking, and quick. And Alfred folds his arms, saying, yes, I believe ditto is the operative word. Have you met my greatest enemy, Pennyworth? Then it's boredom. Damian is sitting at the Bat computer, grounded.
Grounded he is. And there you go. There's a set of trousers. Still needs a little bit of form here and there, but it's not looking too bad. I don't think, anyway. What do you reckon? You can't really see it, but yeah, got his trousers on now. It's taking a bit more form. And the open jacket. All I need now is a bit of hood on that one. You can actually see that. Let's see if I can hold it in a better way. You can actually see, because there's a lot of light and it's coming from, there we go. You can see his trousers, again, folded up a little bit, as if he's up in mid-trick or something. Still need to do his hands. What are we at? We're at 53 minutes. We're at 43 minutes. I'm aiming for about 50 minutes. That's how long we've got set on the timer. And generally, that's how long I need to take to do different parts. Again, we're only doing clothing today. We'll do wings tomorrow, depending on if I bake this tonight. But if I don't, then I don't. I'm going to put a little bit more around his belt area. In fact, I might just give him a little belt. Or should I give him a sash? No, I'll give him a belt. Fairly decent sized belt. Where I don't have to put too much effort into it because we're running out of time. I have to stick this on with my hands. Come here, don't stick to it, please. Thank you. Check it could be open. Okay, that's still too much. Hang on, let's get me a tool up so I don't cut it. Who knew? Tools were handy. Boop. 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 Mm-hmm. it in. Same on that side. Take it off. Don't need that bit there. And I'll stick it down. I'll make a little buckle for it. Now's where the texturing and things like that come in handy. And making certain areas a little bit textured. You stay there. For the jeans, what have I got to make like a jean site? Jeans. What I got? A bit of a stipple on it. A bit of stipple on there. I don't know if I can get to it though. Ignore what I'm using, but because it's got a pattern on it, I'm going to use that to give the jeans a slight texture. The jeans aren't flat, they've got a certain texture to them. Get off there. That sort of works, but it's kind of leaving fingerprints. Right, tail. Trousers are done. Belt is done. Trousers, open jacket. Need hands and wings, really. Hands and hood. Its hood's not going to be up. It's going to be... okay, it's getting really difficult to touch now. What I did with the hood last time is I put it over the face and then decided how I'm going to shape it. This time I'm not sure, because it's going to be folded over. I kind of need to know what a hood looks like when it's folded back. I'll get the hood shape first. Let's flatten this out a little bit. Get rid of that out of shot. What did I do with the roll? Oh, there you idiot. Oh, yeah, it's getting real sticky now. The more you touch it, the stickier it gets. Okay, that's not going to be good. Good, not good, not good, not good. Not going to be over his head. It's going to be folded back. So it'd be like, not going to have a cape. And that's what it's probably going to look like. No, I wish he never said hood now. I could do heads over the head, but I can't do when it's folded back. So I don't know how it should form. Just going to faff here a sec. That's not good at all. Get off. Interesting. Oh. That's the timer for 50 minutes. So, what I might do, because it's getting really fiddly now, I will bake this and I will come back tomorrow. We can probably be getting can't really do much to it other than the hood. What I might do is I'm gonna get this hood done today because then I can bake it all in one go, and I'll do hands and tail tomorrow maybe with lot, because the wings are going to be a whole stream together on their own because they take a while to make. If you remember last time, I'll get these sorted now. Just let me sort out that. Alexa, stop. Alexa. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to sort this timer out. And I'll carry on with the hood. While I'm doing that, I'm going to have a think what I can do with the hood. Alexa, set me 50 minutes on a timer.
50 minutes, starting now.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, right, we need to make a hood. I really do not know how to make a hood though. What do I think about that? Do you want some of this in the background?
From his latest caper with Superboy, Alfred tells him that he isn't leaving until he serves his sentence. And Robin tells him, my father, Batman, is only punishing me to save face. It's only because Superman and Lois grounded Superboy. This is why I like working with the Teen Titans. No parents are involved. I don't even know why my father bothers maintaining a friendship with Superman. Alfred corrects Damian. Your father considers a lot of things a waste of time, like sleep. But he values his friendship with Superman. Psst, super loser is more like it. As Alfred leaves, Damian hears a rather interesting noise. But hours earlier, Jonathan Kent, aka Superboy, was dealing with his punishment by doing chores in the farm without his powers. Until he used his super leap and Lois wasn't exactly happy with him because he was using his powers when he wasn't supposed to be. That's how being grounded works. You don't get to do what you want to do. And well, as you can imagine, she was kind of mad at him. Superman comes out asking if he just saw his boy using his powers. And John pouts, telling his dad, Mom handled it. Superman tries to explain that they want him to learn to keep his powers
probably
under
on the
control.
back because
Removing him problems.
Yeah, bat on the back. It's going to be.
John tears off his hoodie, super angry. They don't want him to use his powers. He's in trouble for helping people, and they're moving him away from his home. With that, he super leaps away. This is a prison. I just want to be myself. Superboy begins bouncing around Gotham City, just angry and frustrated. Why is it that everyone tells me what to do? Instead, he suck. This is all Robin's fault. Robin sucks. As Jonathan decides that he's going to go tell Robin himself, he sneaks into the Batcave, where the two of them find each other. But since it's a surprise, Robin responds properly, throwing Superboy into the giant penny. He turns around shouting, "Intruder!" throwing his batarangs at Superboy, which all land in the penny as Superboy is yelling back, "It's me, you idiot! Stop throwing stuff at me!" Robin walks over, pointing his finger into Superboy's head. "You could be an escaped Amazo clone that we missed." And Superboy slaps his hand away. "Cut it out! It's me!" As they walk around, Superboy explains that he's just tired of everything. They're forcing him to move, they're punishing him, and they're yelling at him. And Robin tells him, "You're wasting your potential. You should be embracing the change instead of moping around the Batcave." They go back and forth about Batman and Superman and who's better and who was crying last time they hung out. John says that it was Robin. Which ends with Robin looking Superboy in the face. "We are not friends. Why are you here?" And John makes a fist. "I never said we were." Robin slaps his fist away, so Superboy throws him across the room. Robin fires a grappling hook, so Superboy leaps into the air to meet him. Robin then throws dozens of batarangs, which all bounce off of Superboy as he goes in to hit Robin. Except Robin, he's a trained assassin, and he kicks John in the face. John grabs him and throws him down, but Robin catches himself. And when he looks back, John has a giant computer thingy, and he hurls it at Robin. Then he lands, kicking Robin in the face, so Robin grabbingly hooks away as explosions go off all over the Batcave. John takes a swing, and Robin leaps over it as they go in for the final hit. And that's what Alfred calls out.
Just seeing the wings are going to be on there as well.
John runs off to hide where Damian pointed, and Alfred walks down with the 2 plates. He looks around, only seeing Damian, and then simply, without pause, says, "I cannot believe my life has come to this
There you go.
place.
There's a hood. It's as good as it needs to be, really. Just needs to show he's wearing a hood.
And it has a red
It's connected to the
Please step out of the
open
dinosaurs.
jacket. Just getting really fucked up. I mean, messed up. Sorry about that. I know I can't swear on these ones.
Jonathan, why he's joined them. Damian leans back in his chair. "Oh, he came to complain," which leads to John snapping, "Shut up!" And Damian telling him, "No,
you give him a tail now."
Alfred explains that he watched their fathers go from being enemies fighting over the stupidest things to eventually becoming trusted allies and then friends. There's nothing better in this world than a friend who's gone through what you've gone through. John simply says that he just really doesn't want to move away from Hamilton County. Cities stink. You can't be afraid of change.
I'm going to put an armature in the tail.
And that's when Batman and Superman are on.
Then I could maybe
John
use that as a
doesn't know
stand
where
as
they
well.
were, and Robin calls it out.
Or part of the stand, because I think when the wings are on, it's going to be quite heavy. I'm on the back.
Is it true? Were you and Batman arguing all the time? Well, that was before Damian's dad and I discovered how much we could relate, son. Batman chimes in, like looking after children who just try to pummel each other. And Damian chimes in, and I'm sure you weren't the least bit curious as to who would win. Superman grabs a piece of bread while Batman pours himself a drink. Who do you think would win if we fought, Bruce? Me. But I'm stronger, and I can fly. Me. I think your cowl's too tight, Batman. Superman turns back to his son. I'm sorry, son, but you're moving to Metropolis.
It's me. Everything is damn green. Now count today.
Okay, we're going to do the tail now. Let's turn him around. Again, I'm making a little armature out of tin foil for the tail. Same thing we did for the legs, arms, and every other piece. Because that'll make it that little bit stronger. So when he's leaning back, or when the wings are on, that'll take a little bit of pressure off the skateboard, and then because I'm trying to lean everything forward onto the skateboard. So when it's just freestanding, because it's going to be a freestanding thing, I really should have put a base to it, but I haven't. So I have to figure out ways of how I'm going to do that. So one way would be giving it a tail, like I have for Blue Angel here. Got a tail, but it didn't need a bracing at all because it was already freestanding on a piece like that. Get a little bit more clay. I don't know how big his wings are going to be. Probably about the same size as Blue Angel wings. Maybe something like that. But yeah, you've got the armature there in the right shape. I need to cover it now with a nice healthy amount of clay. Make it thick and strong. For when I bake it. Because when I bake it, I had to put a pencil up on the shoulder here. So it wouldn't bend. But I could have just left the skateboard and left it there, because I put it there because I knew the skateboard was starting to bend and warp out of shape like this. And I was like, okay, it's gonna fall over in the oven if I'm not careful, and I didn't want that to happen. Once it had fallen over, it would have deformed everything I'd done, and then it would have been hot and it really deformed and shaped, and I would have wasted a load of clay. And that's not what I want to do. Wrap it over, cut the excess off. Give it more of a tail shape. Again, make sure you take the bubbles out of it. Because if you don't take the bubbles out, it will become well, it won't be very nice. It'll be bubbly, it'll be pointy. It won't look anything like you made it. And that's not what we want, is it? No, no, no. What kind of tail? Should I give him a furry tail? Should I give him a pointy tail? As he's coming from me, I think I'll give him a furry tail. Stick his tail on first. Again, it's becoming difficult to actually touch places now because they're all got a bit of clay and they're all soft. That's why I do it all in bit by bit. Oh, yeah, it's already fallen because of that. Stick that back underneath him. Okay, so we'll have a tail maybe a little bit bent, maybe to the side because that's where all the weight's going to be. And then we'll give him a furry tail. Kind of something like... I'll just put a load down a second. Are you messaging me? No. There we go. So then I'll cut pieces off and strip some strands to show like a furry bit. Make it look a little bit more like hair. Strands of hair. Maybe I'll split that one too. Could put some on top of that as well. Because this is like a armature piece. Because his tail's sticking out of his trousers, not out of his butt. Put a little bit over there. Cover that. Excuse me. Get that out of the way. Stick it on. You're not going to see that piece. You're not going to see that piece there. You are going to see it sticking out the tail. Sticking out the bottom. So we'll just mold all that in. Make it molded. Mold it in as best as possible. Fold that jacket back down on top. Kind of want to separate that a little bit. Don't like the way that that's still attached to it. There we go. And I'm going to be baking this one this evening because I'm going to be making some pasta bake. Need no reason to turn the oven on. Okay, we've got a little tail that's an armature as well. I'll keep him standing in a position that I want him to keep him in. Should have done that really yesterday. That would have been handy. Now I know. He's wearing his jacket. Got his tail. And he's got his hood-ish. And he needs his hands now. But because there isn't much I can touch, what I'm going to do is I'll do this at a later date because I've already gone over the time that I normally go for. And that normally means that there is no more for me to do. If you want to listen to the rest of the story, you can do because I'll be listening to that again tomorrow. But if you want to know who I was listening to, it was Comic Storian. If you want to know who I am once again, I am Blut084, BLUT084. Art and games. I'm going to give you a quick zoom in now on everything I've done. for today's live stream. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't forget to click the links that will appear. There's Fimo. But there he is with his hood. Again, I'm not too happy with the hood, but kind of going in, he's doing in a mid trick. So everything's a little bit floaty, a little bit fly. Still needs his hands, there's his legs. And the belt there. He is bending over. He's holding his skateboard. And his hood there. And we'll take it, we'll move it around so you can see the back. And he's standing in an awkward position, only because of where I put him. His tail's there, keeping him stood. And the back and the hood. And we're done for today. So hopefully you have enjoyed it, guys. Thank you for those likes. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't. And come on. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to click the links that will appear if you're watching back. Leave a like if you do, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. Bye.